Might see a peek come through here. There's the spray. It's actually BCJ in response. Now the retake is underway and the frenzies are firing back and forth. Your boy Dre from backside default, still alive, swings back around towards the default position in front of APC. It's now a 1v1 between him and the Rays, and AYRIN flies in with El Clasico.
Bench. So it turned out pretty well with the frenzies, the randomness of that. It comes into their into the favor of XSET in the end. And speaking about XSET, they come out on top 2 on this pinch on mid sands.
And I'm impressed. Here's the ult coming in from Moose, trying to cut him apart with that Hunter's Fury. A Proto peeks off the back of that, does great damage, switches to the SMG, somehow finds a third from inside. Gubby swaps back to his rifle, goes for a reload now that the threat has dissipated. Heal coming in from their Sage as well. There's only one left standing. It's BCJ. Legendary gamer across multiple scenes, but what is one to do in a 1v5? Not much. Goes for the wide swing. Him up into a better position, and it's just a dry battle. That's well played. The hat goes out as well. Not only does it give away the positions, but now he's got that tiny head. Gonna be so hard to get hit with. You've got BCJ coming through from showers. They're storming the site fast, hot, and heavy. You've got thwifo right inside that smoke. Is a Proto, and it's a quick and easy kill for thwifo. Things are piling up here for XSET, but they've still got a fighting chance thanks to the work that was done by Stellar. But it'll still fall onto one. It's Moose, who's in that hero position again, and in the last map couldn't quite capitalize on it, unlike he did in the series against 100 Thieves.
Who else than Moose once again on a clutch attempt with that camera now giving his position away. The tap onto the spike, the big paranoia, the double swing as it gets hit by it, and that is going to be 4-1 in favor of XSET.
Yeah, well, see, that's the same for me. Hey, Proto, currently in U-Haul, is not cleared out. The ult gets sent in a different direction that allows AYRIN to get the opener immediately traded out upon before the trade comes back through yet again. BCJ locking down U-Hauls, making sure that threats will not be imminent from that location. And again, LG has been boiled down to just 2 players. You've got XSET using BCJ's drone to get the intel. Now they know where both these players are at, so thwifo's in position.
A very tough first half, it seems, for LG. Again, when they had so much success here for Stellar, and there he goes. Speaking about Stellar, he finally takes care of AYRIN. So that's similar scenario of the Sage versus the Rays. He's able to take that upper hand. But we spray through the smoke from Long B. Your boy Dre is able to take down 2 of his own. And that allows things to make it a little bit easier here for LG. They have room to breathe now, at least for this round. And at least a sigh of relief if they can actually get these last 2 kills with a flawless round.
XSET starting to peel. It took a bit of early damage here from LG. And there is really not a scenario where XSET should win this round.
Yeah.
50 seconds left. Sure, they've got time, but look at the positioning alone. You've got this aggressive play from Rays who pushed through showers and has the backstab if they try to come up short, and holding an angle that you wouldn't typically clear. So it should be 1 for them, and then you'll see the swing come through from the Cypher. Not even necessary. Thief says, it's all good, dude. Don't worry about it. You stay in your position.
Unfortunate. With a good round that they had in the beginning of the round, it turns out to be not so great at the beginning of this one, and BCJ locks up right away with the Hunter's Fury to drop Moose. So that's a week and a piece sight. On top of that, with 2 more dying, look at the aggression, the execution from XSET. It's not, hey, let's try to get a plant and play back and watch the angles. They're pushing all the way for the control. Play for the retakes with the utility and the kits that Sova has, but it has been paying off. You need players now that if you're playing passive, the anchors like this man, a Proto, has to step up, and he does so with 2 kills. Your boy Dre with 2 of his own on the reaction of them, Shadow stepping into the site, and thwifo, though, meanwhile, does have control of you. He's the last man standing, only has 50 HP, the spike is down. Finally, we have a 3rd point on the board now for LG. A big trade, and maybe this time now. Okay, he gets pinged out. You have the res. Let's see if they can hold it back. No, the res doesn't work out because it's on the flank.
Player standing.
That was a brutal shot coming out. That helps make things a little bit easier here. The shock darts come through. There's the tap on the spike. Excuse me. Boost tries to force it to halfway. But yet again, BCJ looking strong here.
These 2 teams meet against each other, so they kind of know that playstyle too, right? So it's not necessarily only on Thief's performance, it's also knowing the playstyle of LG because they've been up so many times for XSET.
This is brutal yet again here for LG. Stellar is inside Hookah and his teammate gets flushed out as the nade lands and splits them apart. There's the ult coming in and yeah, Stellar's dead.
Yep.
Nothing that can be done. Stellar has one choice and that's running across openly through Hookah. And with players positioned potentially in spawn, the fear of going for that wide of a swing could result in your demise either way. The hopes is that tucking into the corner, they'll think you already moved, and that's not going to be the case today. It's down to the last player, your boy Dre. He's done everything he could at times throughout Bind here and in the series previously against Immortals, but it's not quite enough.
Sides.
I was going to say, you kind of needed some smokes going on, and you already used one of them. But at least that wall is good for Elbow. It should be good for a plant too. And now it's going to be an all-out brawl for a retake. You have two players that are low for LG. You have the attempt for XSET to come back here with the frenzies and ghosts, and you're already pushing through the cages. But Stellar on the top, inside the top rather, and on top is going to be Thief, but it's still going to be Stellar with the hat trick, making it a 4 versus 1. Last one that was trying to push towards Elbow, well, surprise, it's a wall. So he literally runs into a wall, and he tries to fall back here towards the spawn site, and that's where the crossfire is going to be even better now with 4 players alive.
Just before they're going to use that as the opening piece to try to get in. Now they spot one backside. Wedid surviving for a while. Wedid's found 2 from that position. And might even get another. 1 bullet left. Tries to go for the one-tap dirt nap onto his target. Wedid still in this spot. He has been a thorn in their side.
I have the spike.
But he's finally taken care of. LG disappointed
30
with
seconds
their
left.
approach and their struggles at eliminating Wedid from that position. But they've gotten the spike down. It's a 3-on-2 post plant right now. Numbers in favor of XSET.
Could have definitely been, if they were able to take down Wedid right away, maybe like a 4-on-3 or something like that right away as they're trying to get the plant, right? And especially when they have a lower weaponry, then it was a good chance here for LG to really take that round away from them. But unfortunately, it's not going to be the case. Yes, they do some econ damage.
Planted.
Well, I thought I lost my co-caster here, and we've had some issues on the technical side. To apologize for the silence. It looks like we've got to take over on the B site. Thief in position, back site, waiting for the dash to come through. That does end up working out for the first player in. It's Pure, though, getting dropped inside the tube. XSET, they get round number 11. So there you go, the exit currently coming through. The spike was actually being planted over on the A site in the meantime, as they've got control of that site as well. But here comes the port out onto the site, and Pure just gets sniped out of the sky by the rocket from Thief. So much for the Blade Storm. XSET not able to stop the plant, but quick kills coming out from BCJ make it a little bit more manageable for the last remaining player. It's an Omen who's already up from long. It's a 1-for-1. 1 player remains coming up from short. You can see the doubt starting to play out here for your boy Dre as he starts to check towards spawn. It's really well timed from AYRIN, and they're actually bringing it together. AYRIN's got 4 on the round. It's down to the last player here for LG. It's going to be a proto, but it's not enough. BCJ in there in time. Do they have enough clock to get the defuse? It's going to be close, but they should have it, as XSET with 2 seconds left on the clock secure round number 12.
Again, unfortunately, not looking as strong as they want to be on a map like Bind.
thwifo gets aggressive in the showers. You've got BCJ now firing long electrical pulses towards LG, who is just getting bullied in the round. thwifo with a jumping classic. And it's not really a surprise that it's your boy Dre who's the only one left, but there is not a fighting chance here for LG. XSET come out swinging on map number 1 and look absolutely fantastic. Stellar, one might even say, no pun intended, as XSET really put the hurt on LG. Again, the last time these two teams played on the map, it was actually LG who picked up the win 13-10. Your boy Dre at least gets a kill at the end there, but it's commiserations for LG as they will go down 1-0 to XSET.
Into the third map, the pistol round is now live here into this second map on Ascent, and XSET on the defense with Wedid watching towards that tree. We're playing a paranoia and rush into tree for a split into the A side, where just around the corner it's going to be thwifo at the sliding door. Melts down 2 faces, and Pura gets a third kill. This is a perfect hold right now for XSET. Barely any damage into the market. You're walking into the unknown for LG, but now they're just starting to swarm towards that site as a recon dart is perfect for BCJ to get a kill. But while that happens, everybody's still running into the site to open it up. AYRIN trying to satchel charge into the site with the drive-by with the satchel charge that you sometimes see here with the SMGs, but no oppositions here on a pulse plant yet, as LG has 4 players now stacked up inside this B site.
Here.
It's going to be a difficult retake here as he goes to smoke out the dart. Moose is just too quick with the shots through the wall. Good dinks coming down, but AYRIN can't find the finisher. And as a result, it'll be LG's round to take. We talked about the success rate of these rounds, these 4 spies, and you can see it play out here. XSET upset LG upset XSET, excuse me.
The execution. So you have that smoke coming soon for LG at the door, the Lear to come out, and a recon dart at the same time. And here comes that push inside.
If you remember, this is a round they lost in that second half against Immortals in their series. The pattern was almost identical. They do get the openers they need to get on the site. After losing 1, though, to the 1 player anchoring on B.
10 seconds
or
left.
A, excuse me. Spike will be planted, and they've got everyone coming through from heaven. It's a 4-man retake, all coming through from a similar position. AYRIN, hello? I'm so confused there, how that worked out so well for them. He should have seen and shot that target, right? I'm not imagining things. I'm not crazy.
Now, after 1 ping that came out, they know that the mid side was kind of like open. So they want to try to sell some sort of a fake towards the mid side, and now they can run into the tree. But there comes Pura with the knives out, but it's going to be Moose that still takes him down from that nice cyber cage that was thrown out for the cross.
Door's going to be shut. Retake's going to be even harder now. You've got a Proto on Cat. Oh, maybe not. I thought for sure a Proto would at least get 1 from that position. But now that's a weapon upgrade and more opportunity gained here as BCJ tries to go full spam, the position given away, and Moose gets the kill through the floor, returning the favor. There's a showstopper ult being sent down. It's actually going to take out a close target, but not the player who was sitting inside hell. And those kills just pile up. Simultaneously, the last 2 members of XSET fall. LG, they've grabbed 4 rounds now compared to XSET.
Caught. Thankfully, it was on the mid side to start things off. They tried to go explosively after the Hunter's Fury so they could try to satchel charge into the site. All this is we're trying to figure out what's going on. It is still going to be just a hold from BCJ into this B site. Pura, though, meanwhile, from the spawn side, we're trying to push it from a Proto. BCJ just going back and forth and strafing to finally get a kill until finally we've taken over the site. We've talked about how difficult it was going to be to face off against Pura. Pura gets 2 kills with the operator, and then now the plant comes down, the paranoia to come out, and it's going to be a tough hold here for Stellar. He gets stopped by thwifo.
You can see there is a tripwire down on short as well from their Cypher to make things a little bit harder for them. Got the ult coming through from Stellar, and he commits. A last-second peek comes in from thwifo. And incredibly, they found themselves at an advantage here as they try to take the site. Pura again with the shot coming out. Your boy Dre trying to keep his head on a swivel, but you can only spin so many times before you break your neck.
It's going to be ready for the next round at least, but you already have your boy Dre dead here on that catwalk. Thankfully, though, we've made it up towards that sidewalk. It's a double towards the back of the site. We're trying to get that Odin out, but it's once again Pure. Catches a Proto, is trying to surprise him towards that spawn side. And as they hold back towards the boathouse, finally, they both drop inside. And Stellar, who watches the rotation, catches AYRIN, and the advantage comes back in favor of LG.
Again, the dart not smoked early enough. Pura has to be careful. You can hear the shots coming through the wall, and you see the tracers whizzing past his forehead. Time being, the door does get shut. Stellar, the lurk play coming on the back end, suddenly eliminated. All of a sudden, it's down to a one-on-one. You've got Thief backside, no flashes, does have Devour and Dismiss available. There's one tapping the spike on the site. Quickly, it's gonna be Wedid, and XSET somehow manage to get back into the site, and they will even scoop up and off
the entrance. You have a Hunter's Fury that pings 2, and he gets a double kill onto Moose and Stellar. An early 5-on-3, and that shambles any plans of trying to explode into the A site, probably off the back of your boy Dre's showstopper.
Getting flashbacks to that series against Immortals, where Gangsta was consistently hitting that ult. Again, we talked about it. 8 ult kills in the series for Gangsta against LG.
Finally, they stop him, but off the back of not much of a buy here, and even the showstopper doesn't get much, but it's good enough to run right behind there. So 2 players to set up for the trades, but thwifo had perfect one-ways on the entrance of that B side, letting them quick.
Oh, you can hear that showstopper ult sent out early, not going to clear the corner, doesn't matter. AYRIN gets the flick back. They're taking the fight straight at them. And already down to just 1. Of course, it's Pure to find that final kill on the round. XSET look so good here. And
Recon Dart and also the Paranoia. But here comes a retake. 4 players on the top of Heaven, 1 coming through the door. It's going to be Thief getting the first blood for this pistol, but gets immediately traded out. And they're still waiting to bust open this door. Drop it towards Hell. It's going to be 3 players under there. And it's a perfect crossfire bait and switch in favor of XSET, leaving only Stellar on his own at the doorway. Right clicks all across, and it's going to be the distance of the Ghost.
Floating around on the other side, your boy Dre is in position as well. They haven't actually taken the site yet, so they've still got time to try and shut this out. They might actually decide to go through the door and shift to another site, but they're going to go right at Moose. Moose gets the first one, but like you said, no time. They had to go. Moose can't survive much longer. 10 rounds, double digits for XSET. Going to be planted momentarily. Got 3 players coming through from Heaven, or 2 coming through from Heaven, 1 Garden, as the Cyphers drop down and waiting on the other side of the door. That's since been taken care of. A Proto, nice shots from the Sheriff in the backside of his target. It's now down to BCJ. In Hell, they've spotted him with the cam as well. They know that he's here. There's the swing from A Proto. They keep themselves alive.
Good for Pure, who's looking for the flash and dash off the Paranoia. He makes it towards that switch. He's looking back towards the spawn, but he's down to 15 HP as he's being fully spammed and also pinged by a dart.
A Proto needs to step up, but who worries about A Proto when you've got Moose on site, puffing up his chest and stopping the push down sidewalk. LG, stay alive. You saw that ult attempt come in
from retake for LG with no more ultimates left with the exception of the Neural Theft. Big dart coming out that tags BCJ. That is from the camera of A Proto, who's moving out towards that tree side again, but can that retake be done?
You saw the Lear come through. It's unsuccessful for LG. Again, it's Moose, who's in the same position as last time. Positions given away by Neural Theft as the hat get tossed out from the Cypher. There's a jump peek, not prepared for this player who's already on site, and the swing comes through from thwifo.
Now for XSET, they're regrouping together, and they're just looking for another explosion into the A-side execution.
There's the ult as well from Wedid, getting him into position. You can see the kills piling up for both teams as the recon dart starts to give away positions. Moose has managed to sneak out, and BCJ just wasn't ready for that. So Moose thunderfoots out of Heaven. They'll get the spike planted, but it's down to just the last few seconds on the round, and that's what allows them to get out here so quickly. Got a little scary there. They lined up, but A Proto dodges the bullets for the meantime. 7 rounds now. Where we'd see something work out for Thief. But a player disadvantage here. The only ult they currently have for LG is Neural Theft. Spike goes down as they start moving into better positions. Your boy Dre does have the boom bot to go out and has the shotgun as well, so wants to go back towards Heaven where you can potentially dive bomb Hell. But what can they do to try to get him into that position? You've got to deal with these players long. You got no smokes, nothing to cord off that area. So you've got a Proto coming through, and it's all falling on to Moose, the last remaining player, and Moose just realizes that it's over. The round has been lost. XSET will get round number 12. And again, it was off of an A-site hit. Something we talked about in that first half that was really strong for XSET was the AWP presence. But we thought maybe here on this defensive side, that would be something LG wouldn't have to worry about.
Especially when you have a Proto and Moose playing together, then it's a site that you might not want to touch. This time it's been slowly switched out because they have the Hunter's Fury that is trying to go back towards the A side. But this could be it. AYRIN's already made his way towards spawn. Your boy Dre is the first to fall. A Proto in the back of the site. From the shadows back towards the shed side. The spray does not come out. That is already 2 down. Down to a 5-on-2. This could be it now for XSET. Moose now towards that spawn side. It's going to be the last man standing. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, XSET gets the second map and rep the set. They are going to the Masters.